Welcome to the video educational series, Everything Building Envelope. Everything Building Envelope is brought to you by GCI Consultants, solvers and preventers of virtually any building envelope problem related to water leaks in glazing, wall, and roofing systems. This video is titled Quality Control for Mitigating Claims. This is part 3 of 3 brief videos, which will present the quality control and documentation procedures during design and construction to help assure a positive outcome with building envelope systems and mitigate the post-construction claim risk. This segment is presented by Paul Beers, founder of GCI Consultants. This video excerpt is from a recent symposium where Paul presented on building envelope risk mitigation.
When we get into the construction side of things, one thing that we see lacking a lot of times is the education of the actual workforce. The guys that are going to install it, do they really know what they're supposed to be doing out there? It's not a bad idea to sit down and go over all this with them and make sure of this. And I mentioned shop drawings. How many times do we go out to a job and they're putting in windows and we say, guys, where's the shop drawings? Oh, we don't have them. Have you ever looked at them? No. It's just pretty basic stuff that you've really got to be careful with. The contractor and the subcontractor should have a quality control program for all this. Everybody needs to be looking, whether it's windows and doors, whether it's waterproofing, whether it's roofing systems, any of this stuff. Everybody, the more eyes that are on it and the more people that are aware of how to do things properly and actually do them, the better chance of a good outcome. Manufacturer involvement, very, very important. If we buy a bucket of stuff and slop it out there, they sold the bucket, but that's not part of, if it's not incorporated into a system and they're not buying into it, then it's really a useless exercise. And when it comes time, if something does go wrong, they're going to say, hey, we sold that bucket, and when the bucket went out the door, we didn't even know where it was going. And third-party reviews, on certain systems, it's pretty common in our business, to hire a building envelope consultant. I know there's MEP folks as well, and some other trades. It's sometimes it's money well spent to just basically finish off the whole quality control process. So, the keys to success with the quality control process, you want to keep a running log of any issues, and you want to follow through on them till they're resolved. If you go out and you find something's wrong in unit 704, it needs to be on a list, and it needs to never come off that list until it's successfully completed. When you're doing testing, Chris and Terry did a really nice job with the demonstration. It's really important on a project to test all your different conditions. If you've got sliding glass doors and you've got 2-panel, 3-panel, 4-panel sliding glass doors, and you test the 2-panel, there's different conditions on the 3 and 4-panel. Different perimeter conditions sometimes, and definitely different conditions within. Same thing with even with just fixed glass. If you've got a single light of glass, it's a lot different than a window that's got 4 lights of glass. You've got to test all the different conditions and make sure they all work. The one you don't test is going to be the one that comes back to burn you later. If there are any test failures, you've got to document whatever the needed repairs are, whatever the repairs are that the contractor does to alleviate the condition and get a successful pass. Then they've got to go back and do that to every window in the building. You got one that doesn't leak, but what about all the other ones? And my term that I use for this is, in the testing, the follow-up testing, is you've got to do the sneak attack too, and come back at some point and say, okay, we fixed it on the 7th floor, we fixed 8, 9, and 10. We'll come back to 9 and test one somewhere and make sure they've got it. And don't relent until everything is until they can successfully continue to pass, and you have a good feeling about the fidelity of the installation. From the documentation side, you want to obviously have full documentation of all quality control procedures and any proper construction. Manufacturers need to be involved along the way. And really important, don't clutter the file with unneeded materials. In the expert witness stuff that I do, there's always that email that somebody wrote, that said, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I don't know why they're using this system, blah, blah, blah. And the guy might be completely wrong. He may be just an idiot that doesn't know what he's talking about. But that email is going to be exhibit number 1 in the courtroom, and you just don't need that stuff in the file. I love to delete emails when I get them. If there's something important, I save it, but don't save all your emails. Get rid of them.
For more information on this video segment, to view more videos in the Everything Building Envelope video series, or to subscribe to our podcast, go to www.everythingbuildingenvelope.com. To learn more about GCI Consultants, visit us at www.gciconsultants.com.